And now we have problem number 6. So you guys should be getting used to the process by now. First, solve for a variable. We already have a variable solve for itself, so we have y. So we're going to replace y in our second equation with what we have solved for y already, with this 5x minus 7. So when I'm rewriting this, when I get to the y, I'm not going to write it. Instead, I'm going to write the 5x minus 7, and then everything else equals negative 12. So I replaced my y with this 5x minus 7. Everything else looks exactly the same. Okay? So now I have 2 x's, no y's. So now I need to get rid of these parentheses. So I'm going to take this negative 2, make sure you take the sign that's in front of it, and distribute it to what's inside of my parentheses. Remember, this is actually a negative 7. So negative 2 times 5x is going to be negative 10x. And then negative 2 times negative 7 is actually going to be a positive 14. So this is the same as this. So now we need to rewrite everything else that we haven't used. So that's this part, this negative 3x, and this n part equals negative 12. And now we're solving for x. So we don't have parentheses, so now we can go ahead and combine like terms. So negative 3x minus 10x is going to be negative 13x. And then we need to bring everything else down. So plus 14 equals negative 12. And now we only have x in one spot. So now we're just solving for x. So we want to keep x, get rid of everything else. First I'm going to get rid of this positive 14. The opposite of positive 14 is negative 14. They cancel. I'm bringing everything that I haven't used down. Now on this side, both of these are numbers, so I can add these together or combine them. So negative 12 minus 14 is going to be, it's going to be negative because I'm starting a negative and I'm going further in a negative. So it's still negative. And then it would be 26. So negative 26. Last thing I need to get rid of, again, remember this is multiplication here because they're right next to each other, is this negative 13. Don't forget this is negative 13. So you need to divide by negative 13 on both sides. And then these cancel out. All you have left with is x equals, what's negative 26 divided by 13? Should be negative 2. So I'm going to take this, x equals negative 2, and plug it into my x in the equation that I already solved for y. So don't plug it into the second equation. Plug it into the equation that's already solved for your other variable. So now I'm going to rewrite it. But instead of writing the x now, I'm going to substitute in negative 2. And now I'm just solving for y. So 5 times negative 2 is negative 10. And negative 10 minus 7. Remember, I'm already in the negatives, and I'm just going further in. So it's still going to be negative 17. So my answer would be negative 2. That's my x. That comes first, comma, negative 17, because that's my y. And that's your answer.